Okay, I'm gonna take a bite out of this bad boy just for you guys. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. We're in the kitchen, and you guys asked for this, so you're getting it. All right. Actually, maybe at least one person did. Another person asked for it besides one. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, we showed a video talking about garlic scapes, and Angela made a pesto with the garlic scapes. But we didn't really talk about how to make the pesto. We just kind of showed doing it. So we're gonna show you how to make some garlic scape pesto today. Okay, so we're making garlic scape pesto with a beautiful garlic scape pesto recipe, and we're gonna smear it on a sub for you. Okay, so here we go.
We have about 8 garlic scapes here, and as you can see, you have this long end that looks kind of like grass. And some people will use this. I find it to be very tough, so normally I cut it off about right there and get rid of that tough end. I just don't like those.
Ain't much there anyway.
To me, it's like eating grass.
Yeah, there's not much to it, but it does feel different. Sure.
So I'm just using kitchen shears. Do not use the scissors that you cut up junk mail with. These are kitchen shears, only used for food. And I have about 8 garlic scapes here now. I'm just teaching you a method, because this depends on how many garlic scapes you have, how much you're going to need of each thing. So I'm going to show you along the way what each step looks like. That way you know what to do. Now I'm just cutting them in rough pieces. You don't have to cut them small or fine.
Food processor doing that for you.
Yes, you just have to break it down a little for the food processor so it can chew it up better. And some people don't use that where the bud comes out at. Actually, I find those to be very tender and very tasty, so I use them. It doesn't look like much, but trust me, it makes a good bit of pesto.
There's a lot of flavor in there.
Yes, and you don't want a ton of this. You don't want a ton of this like you do with basil pesto.
You're not eating by a spoonful, right?
You don't want a ton of it like you do with basil pesto, because this is strong stuff. Now, I'm doing about maybe 1/4 of a cup of chopped pecans. You can do any kind of nuts you like, but I found that pecans add a great flavor and actually mellows the pesto. So now you want to add a couple of good pinches of salt, because salt has an abrasive to help make this into a paste.
You also need some salt.
Yes, but you want to add the salt at this point for that reason.
Exactly.
Now I'm going to put the lid on, and we are going to spin it until it starts cutting it up really fine and makes almost a paste look, but you won't get that paste consistency yet because you have no moisture in there. Now see, it's chopped up really nice, and it is starting to form a little bit of a paste. Now you want to rake down the sides of your canister on your food processor. The reason I am using a knife, I have tore up several silicone spatulas hitting the blade with it. So I'm using something from now on that doesn't tear up the blade. Well, it doesn't tear up the spatula, not the blade. Nothing tears up the blade.
It smells good though.
Yes. Now we are going to start with the olive oil. Now, how much olive oil you use depends on what you are using the pesto for. If you are using the pesto for pasta, you will want to use less olive oil because you want it to be thick. Because you want to add about 1/2 cup to a cup, depending on how much pesto you have, of hot, starchy cooking liquid to the thicker pesto, so that starchy cooking liquid that is so hot will start cooking it just a little bit and mellowing it.
Pasta water.
Yes.
If you're using this for pasta.
Yes.
That is.
It's the hot, starchy cooking liquid from your pasta where you're boiling your pasta.
Exactly.
But because we are using this for sandwiches, I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil and make it a little looser.
Yeah, for a spread.
Yes. So you want to put your lid on, and you want to take your cover off for your feeder tube, because you want to drizzle this in slowly into your feeder tube while it's running. I added a total of about a half a cup of olive oil. I highly recommend using extra virgin olive oil because you want to use the best quality olive oil you can do for pesto.
Gosh, that smells good though.
So as you can see, it's a little loose, but what we're going to add is going to add dryness. You want to add about 1/4 of a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Now, like I said, if you have more garlic scapes, you're going to have to add more of all of these ingredients. Now, you're going to pulse it a few times to get that mixed in, and also to see if you need any more olive oil after you add this. And you want to see, basically, at this point, you want to see if it's a spreadable consistency or if it's a little too clunky.
I've been a little too clunky for about the last 5 years.
What is that supposed to mean?
Once I hit 35, I start getting clunky.
Okay. Now, I think it needs just a little bit more olive oil and just a wee bit more salt. At this point, it's emulsified really well, so you can just put in that last little drizzle of olive oil like it is, and it will
smooth it out nicely.
It will smooth it out nicely.
Yes, it will.
And now you've got a beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that easy. You've
That's
got
a bowl of flavors, what that is.
You've got a beautiful garlic scape pesto. Now we'll show you what we're going to do with this lovely stuff. Okay, here we have a nice baguette. See, I've just cut it into 3 sections. Now I'm just going to put a little smear on each one. Remember, this is extremely strong.
Yeah, it is.
So you don't want to overload with it because it is extremely strong. Although those pecans mellow it out.
Gotta be honest with you, I can handle it no matter what. They don't bother me in the slightest. But if you're a little sensitive to it, then be careful. But for me personally, load that bad boy up. I love it.
And the next step that we're doing with this makes all the difference.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
It makes all the difference.
Look, I'm a little hungry as it is. And this just looks delicious. It smells good. I'm excited about it. I like to eat though.
This is going to be a really good Italian sub.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have every piece of bread covered in a good smear of garlic scape pesto. Now we are going to put this under the broiler and let this, it will even start to brown up just a little bit. Yeah. Because of the cheese and stuff in it, it will actually start to brown up a little bit. It will start to cook just a little bit. And then all these beautiful sweet notes comes out of that garlic
This
scape.
is ready. I'm ready for this one. Roll it up, baby.
Look at that beautiful golden brown you get.
Nice. It smells great too.
And it brings out little sweet notes that you would have never thought would have been there. Now to this beautiful Italian sub, we are going to add, this is some Genoa salami.
It's awesome.
And this is looking better and better every minute.
Yep.
How many pieces of salami do you want, Jason?
You can put another layer of that on mine.
Okay.
I like salami.
And this salami is really good.
Yep. So salami, then what's next on?
Then we're going to do some ham. Just some regular old ham from the deli. Yep. This is just Virginia ham.
Yep. That's a large piece of ham.
Very large pieces of ham.
Yep. All right, then put a little cheese on top of it.
Then we're going to put some. Then we're going to put some provolone cheese on top.
Yep. Just like that.
And
yep, call it a day.
Then Jason will show you just how good these are.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bite out of this bad boy just for you guys. All right, I'm just letting you know I've already tasted that pesto and it's delicious. It was so good. Such a delicious pesto. And it works for anything. Any kind of Italian food you want to do, it works for it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Again, that's an amazing garlic scape pesto. And again, it works on anything you want it to work on. as far as like Italian food and whatnot, especially. But like, if you can find some garlic scapes, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. It's worth it. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate y'all. And my name is Jason. That's Angela Kay. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.